Whenever Isaiah Thomas starts publicly whining, someone ends up bringing up how he was left off the dream team as if that justifies that he's continuously acting like a child. What people forget about the dream team, apparently, is that it was not an NBA Legends tribute team. It was not an all-star player tour of the world. It was the Olympics. He was not owed a spot on the team because he was an NBA great. I don't deny Isaiah Thomas's ability, but when it comes time to form a team to win, ability alone does not determine the roster. And the number of people on that team that didn't like Isaiah means the chemistry was going to be hurt. It wasn't just Michael, it was multiple people. The goal was to win the gold. The Olympic Committee, the coaches, had to win the gold. They had to put together the team that was most likely to win them the gold. If you have plenty of talent out there, people are throwing shade at Stockton for being on the team. Hey, you telling me that Stockton isn't a talented player? And maybe in a role like this, more importantly, a very humble and willing person ready to do what needed to be done for the sake of winning. I'm sure he'd be happy to do nothing but set screens all day and all night in the Olympics if it meant the team would win. Again, I'm not saying Stockton's better than Thomas. I'm not saying he isn't either. That's not the argument. The argument is that there was not a chair with Isaiah Thomas's name on it that they took away and replaced with John Stockton. Isaiah Thomas never made it onto the team because of consequences of his own actions. Now I'll take the chemistry argument out of it. Don't even need that. Like I said earlier, there's enough talent to choose from that you can pick the guy whose playing style fits what you're trying to do. Again, it's not about assembling the all-star team, a tribute to the greats. It's not something owed to them. It wasn't meant to parade them around the world as gods, even though that's kind of what happened. It was about winning. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to sound a little bit sympathetic. I can understand why it burns Isaiah Thomas not to have been on that dream team. He was definitely one of the people that you thought of that time as one of the greats. And I bet looking back, it just hurts a lot that he wasn't in Barcelona with all of those guys. Now, having said that, there are consequences for your actions. He did a fair number of douchey things that came back to haunt him. And we come back to accountability, which I talk about a lot on this channel, and the lack of accountability. And all people have to do is complain or make excuses, and accountability is taken away. But in this case, it bit him in the ass. A lot of people say he deserved to be on the dream team. I think you're misusing the word deserve, because I'm not going to say he didn't deserve to be on it or did. It's not something you had a right to. You had to earn it. And the coach, the Olympic Committee, had to assemble that team. There was no spot that said Isaiah Thomas, and then they took it away from him. He took it away from himself through years of doing douchey shit that rubbed people the wrong way and made them wonder about him. There are consequences for your actions, and that's hard to live with. It's really hard for Isaiah to live with. Isaiah, I think, wants to pretend that it wasn't his fault. He wants to pretend that it was Michael Jordan's fault, or a combination of people on the Dream Team's fault. He doesn't want to accept that it was his fault. He is the reason he wasn't on the Dream Team. And he thinks that an apology is going to change that. Nope, you still weren't there in Barcelona.